If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to pallavisehgal.com to see the full video on the topic. In today's episode, we are diving into Warren Buffett's 1988 letter to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders, a letter that showcases some of his most important investment decisions and philosophical insights. This is the year when Buffett made his legendary Coca-Cola investment, introduced us to the Sainted Seven businesses that achieved an extraordinary 67% return on equity, and delivered a critique of the efficient market theory using 63 years of arbitrage data. We'll explore why he believes our favorite holding period is forever, how he identifies businesses worthy of permanent ownership, and why he thinks that the most academic investment theory is not just wrong, but harmfully wrong. This letter perfectly captures Buffett's evolution from buying cheap stocks to building great businesses at fair prices. Let's start with the Sainted Seven: excellence in business. The insight out here being that when you truly find exceptional businesses with exceptional managers, they can achieve returns that seem almost impossible, like 67% return on equity capital. Buffett's perspective out here. Warren Buffett reveals that Berkshire's 7 largest non-financial businesses achieved combined returns of 67% on average equity capital, with no benefit from financial leverage. He attributes this to an exceptional business franchise and exceptional management. Why it matters? This demonstrates what's possible when you combine great businesses with great managers. These aren't high-tech companies or exotic investments. They're traditional businesses doing ordinary things exceptionally well. The key to finding businesses that grow while requiring minimum additional capital investment. Our favorite holding period is forever. The insight out here being that when you own pieces of outstanding businesses with outstanding managements, the best strategy is often to hold them indefinitely rather than trying to time their market prices. Buffett's perspective out here. Announcing major purchases of Coca-Cola and Freddie Mac, Buffett states, when we own portions of outstanding businesses with outstanding managements, our favorite holding period is forever. We are just the opposite of those who hurry to sell and book profits when companies perform well, but who tenaciously hang on to businesses that disappoint. So why does it matter? This challenges the conventional wisdom of taking profits and portfolio turnover. The best businesses come from being valuable over time, so selling them to buy lesser businesses is often counterproductive. The critique of the efficient market theory. The insight out here being that the academic theory that markets are always efficient and stock analysis is useless is not just wrong, it's harmfully wrong, and the evidence against it is overwhelming. Buffett's perspective out here. Warren Buffett presents 63 years of arbitrage results from Graham-Newman Corp, Buffett Partnership, and Berkshire that averaged well over 20% annually versus the market's just under 10% return. He notes that this means a $1,000 would have grown to $405K in the market. A 20% rate of return, however, would have produced $97 million. That strikes us as statistically significant differential. So why does it matter? This reveals how academic theories can mislead investors into believing that careful analysis and value investing don't work. As Buffett notes, in any sort of contest, financial, mental, or physical, it's an enormous advantage to have opponents who have been taught that it's useless to even try. The CEO performance paradox. The insight out here. While poor performance by employees is quickly addressed, inadequate CEOs are often carried indefinitely due to weak governance structures and fuzzy performance standards. Warren Buffett explains this paradox. He says that if a secretary is hired for a job requiring 80 words per minute and turns out capable of only 50, she will lose her job in no time. However, a CEO who doesn't perform is frequently carried indefinitely. He notes that the CEO's boss is the board of directors that seldom measures itself and is infrequently held to account for substandard corporate performance. Why does it matter? This insight explains why finding businesses with truly exceptional management is so valuable. Most companies don't have it, and bad management often persists for years. The arbitrage masterclass. The insight out here. Arbitrage can provide superior returns when done selectively and intelligently, but it requires answering 4 key questions about probability, timing, competition, and downside risk. Buffett's perspective out here. Through a detailed Arquetta Corp story, Buffett demonstrates sophisticated arbitrage thinking. When KKR offered to buy Arquetta for $37 plus 2/3 of any additional government payouts for the seized Redwood lands, Buffett had to evaluate multiple probabilities and outcomes. The investment ultimately returned not just the expected $37, but an additional $29 per share from the Redwood settlement. Why does it matter? This shows how intelligent analysis can uncover opportunities that less sophisticated investors miss. The key is asking the right questions: likelihood of completion, time required, potential for better offers, and the downside if the deal fails. Too much of a good thing can be wonderful. The insight out here being that when you find truly exceptional investment opportunities, concentrate your investments rather than diversifying into mediocre alternatives. Buffett's perspective. Quoting Mae West, Buffett explains their investment approach: "We continue to concentrate our investments in very few companies that we try to understand well. There are only a handful of businesses about which we have strong long-term convictions. Therefore, when we find such a business, we will always participate in a meaningful way." Why does it matter? This challenges the conventional wisdom of broad diversification. While diversification reduces risk, it also dilutes return from your best ideas. If you have done your homework and found truly exceptional businesses, concentration can be less risky than diversification. This brings us to the Charlie Munger corner. Charlie's influence is evident throughout, particularly in the analytical rigor of the arbitrage discussion and the focus on business quality over just prices. Buffett mentions that Charlie shares his preference for holding great businesses forever rather than trading them. The spotlight quote from this letter: "It has been far safer to steal large sums with a pen than small sums with a gun." This observation about accounting fraud highlights how financial manipulation often goes unpunished, while providing a cautionary note about trusting reported earnings without understanding the underlying business reality. From Sainted Seven's extraordinary returns to devastating critique of the academic theory, this letter demonstrates why focusing on business fundamentals and long-term thinking consistently beats market timing and academic formulas. We hope that you've enjoyed the preview edition of this topic. If you like this edition and you want to know more about the topic and understand it in detail, head on to PallaviSehgal.com to see the full video on the topic.